Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm delighted to be joined by Wolves reporter. It is Mr. Joe Edwards. Joe, we just heard from Nuno ahead of the big game on Monday night. It's Monday Night Football. Wolverhampton Wanderers against high-flying
Yeah.
Southampton. But Nuno wasn't in the best of spirits today, let's be honest. Let's
No.
not be about the bush. He wasn't in the best of spirits. He's frustrated, as I think a lot of Premier League managers are, Joe, with the international break that's happened, with players coming back, with some testing positive for COVID or negative, or having to self-isolate, as we'll discuss very, very soon. Not being able to work with their players, having stop-start campaigns. But everybody's got the same issues, Joe. Everyone's got the same issues. But it is frustrating. I think Nuno is one of those people who doesn't hide it very well. He's obviously annoyed at the situation and incredibly only gets tomorrow to work with his side as a team for the first time in two to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand the frustration. And I think on the positive side of things, and maybe I thought it'd be a bit more chirpy, is that the fact that the international breaks are gone now. At least they're gone
Until March.
Until March, yeah. So it's the last international break of 2020. Yes, they've been a bugger really for these Premier League managers, but they're out the way and they're gone, and you've kind of got to just make the best of what you've got moving forward. But yeah, amid all the testing and the changes to that, and of course, we'll come on to it a bit more. Conor Cody self-isolating, question marks over the fitness of Ryan Nouri as well. He's not in the best of moods, and hopefully on Saturday and Sunday his mood improves and he can get enough work into these players, and that can translate into a positive performance against Southampton.
But like you said, the small silver lining, Joe, is that it is Monday Night Football, so he has got a little bit of time. So some clubs haven't. Some clubs play tomorrow, so they haven't got the luxury.
Exactly. Wolves, I don't think have had a Saturday game yet this season, which is crazy. And I don't know. I think for a lot of people, it doesn't really matter until the fans are back in. And I think even some are kind of, oh well, if it's on a Monday, it's on a Sunday, whatever. But at least on a positive side, it does give Nuno at least a couple more days, and we think it should allow Conor Cody, to be involved. Fingers crossed, but he's wouldn't answer for definite on that either.
No, and look, Southampton come full of confidence, and Wolves are going to need to have a response from that disappointing, especially the first half display against Leicester City. If they start poorly again, then Southampton are the kind of side, okay, albeit without Danny Ings, who will punish them.
Well, they haven't got Danny Ings, but they've got Shea Adams, who scored 3 in his last 4. They've got a very good defensive record. Jan Bednarek and Vestergaard have been in very good form at the back for them. They've got a good keeper in McCarthy, tied at 4 with the top of the clean sheet chart with Rui Patricio actually. So they're strong all over the park. They've got a good system. They play on the front foot. They press high, try and force the issue. So it'll be interesting to see how Wolves kind of cope with that. I think they had Crystal Palace come to Molineux, didn't they, a few weeks ago, and sit back, and that kind of played into Wolves' hands, really. They didn't really ask them much questions, gave them the time on the ball to, kind of work it forward and get the goals. But, Southampton, they're a team full of confidence. They're not going to, I don't think, come to Molineux and sit back like other teams have in the past. So we'll have to see what that kind of a game that turns out to be.
Yeah, formation and team selection-wise for Wolves, Joe, do you see any changes?
I see a couple, I think. Yeah, I think at left wing back, I think that is probably the most obvious one. I think Fernando Marçal will come in for Ryan Nouri. Of course, we've spoke about it at length already, but Nouri had a reality check, really, didn't he, at Leicester? And he kind of returned from international duty early from France under-21s, slight knock. I don't think it's anything too serious, but I don't think there'll be looking to take any chances, especially given his performance last time out. And then I think the other one is Adama Traore. I think he will come in probably for Daniel Pedence. I know there's the question marks over his contract and all that kind of stuff, but this is a player who hopefully be looking to use that situation as kind of fuel to the fire and proving a point. He's been out the team for several weeks, and if he's at it, then he could be the key to unlocking the Saints, really.
Yeah, Nuno doesn't give too much away in his press conferences, but he did speak glowingly about Traore, despite the stories that have come out during the week. So he's obviously got full full trust in Traore, and I'm sure that he'll get his chance sooner rather than later. And like you say, it could be on Monday night.
Well, the player and the manager have always had a very good relationship, and said it before, I'll say it again, but many other managers probably would have cast Traore aside after that first season at Wolves, which just didn't go his way. And he's shown faith, and Traore's bought into the process. And even despite this contract standoff, I don't think the situation and the relationship between Nuno and Traore will have changed. So hopefully, I think Traore will undoubtedly be feeling some sort of frustration at the minute over his situation, lack of minutes, being unable to agree on this new contract as we speak. But hopefully, as we say, he can use that in a positive manner, really show what he's all about again against the Saints.
Prediction, please, Mr. Edward.
I said on the podcast that Wolves would sneak it. I'll stick with that, but I think this is a game that easily could go either way. I'm not too sure either way, to be honest. I'll be positive and say 2-1 to Wolves, but equally, Southampton are no pushovers. They're a very good, well-drilled team, confident team, and there's a lot to like about them, actually. I do like Ralph Hasenhüttl. I do like a lot of their players. So if Wolves aren't at it and putting a similar performance than they did at Leicester, then they'll get turned over, probably.
1-1 for me. 1-1 for me. I think it'll be a good game, though. Hopefully an entertaining game. That'll be quite welcome for everybody watching at home.
Yes.
Myself and Joe with the lucky ones at Molyneux on Monday night for all the build-up on this one. Make sure you log on to expressionstar.com.